Good evening. We've had a few amazing 2 hours of hells, but let's not talk about how they went. I mean, some people might see this before the VODs, and they wouldn't want to be spoiled of those glorious victories, right? It's back to Ainu. You can probably remember it a bit better than me, because, well, I was away at Gamescom for a while, and yeah, how was this going? Probably pretty gently, pretty zen. We are colonizing, my favourite thing, and just chewing up the land that is rightfully ours. We gave Ming a good slapping, and now they enjoy a big old chunk of autonomy across the board. At least I was hoping they would enjoy a bit more, but they have centralization, and that is pushing it down rather fast. So I don't think there's much to do other than keep it going and enjoy the enrichment. No Katai. No storms. Ach, it's only 2 years, we'll be fine. Now, the cultural enrichment of the Japanese islands is going as planned. The 11s are being re-educated on how to have fantastic beards. We should expand that to Setsu, since I believe that is one of the more expensive provinces. Or rather, has higher development. Oh my, these are high as well. And for every development point you have, it's going to take another, what, 10 months to deal with? Thankfully we get a 25% discount to that thanks to religious ideas. Fabricating a few more claims, and I reckon it's time for yet more war. I do feel that we lack enough cannons to really make our armies viable here. So I think it's high time we actually went on the offensive with our troops, instead of just hiding. Hiding behind our boats. Of course, as usual, I can't remember a thing about how this is all going before. Jake, I have a question. Are you going to just cruelly convert Japan, or are you going to do that to all your other provinces as well? It would take much too long to do it to all the other provinces. So yeah, I will just stick to re-educating the Japanese. After all, it's thanks to them that there are not enough Ainu around today. So we're just repaying the favour. What goes around comes around. That said, it is nice to have a functional fleet, so let's get that unmothballed and enjoy 25% repair speed, which doesn't count for that much. Instead of going up by 10% a month, it goes up by a staggering 12. I wonder if that counts as 12.5. As ever, if anything's up with the audio or the visual, do let me know. Trying to religiously enrich these people's lives as well, spreading glorious Shinto. Bit of a flavourless religion, which makes me incredibly sad, but at least it gives us morale of armies. Which is good, because everyone around us takes defensive ideas, which is 15% morale, and we don't have the what am I even trying to say here? We don't have the idea slots to be taking military ideas. I know, makes me sad too. Which means we'll have to make do with outperforming the enemy in other ways. Oh my, we are getting the coalition after all. But as long as Ming doesn't join it, we should be alright. Then again, they may just do that. They have enough aggressive expansion to do so. As long as they don't join for the next month. Then again, I could just declare war. That seems like a better idea. I mean, this isn't too bad a coalition. We'll be fine. Oh right, actually, these guys are not in the coalition. And they can't, because they still have a truce with me, so... Well, joke's on them, I guess. Let's get into position for it. We don't quite have the weight there. Alright, I guess I'll march in with my pathetic... Oh my, there's the coalition then. It's alright, the coalition that Ming's doing there will fizzle out soon. Shame they couldn't wait just a bit longer. You need 30 aggressive expansion to join a coalition. Alright, Malacca, how are we doing on those claims? 3? 3 will do. As for Pasai, I may as well just make them... Hold on, Pasai. Let's not make Pasai a co-belligerent, since that would draw in Ming as well, and I'm not quite ready to be fighting Ming right now. That is the reason that we tore down the forts here. It means that even if Ming were to occupy all of this land, it wouldn't really count for war score unless it was, say, a reconquest of that particular province. It also wouldn't really count for war exhaustion, since, well, you'd need a fort for that. Forts are just so very important these days. So come now, Malacca, and yes, Siak. Oh, I can't make Siak a co-belligerent. That's funny. That's really quite funny. Because they have a truce with me, rather than me having a truce with them. Alright, the question I have to ask myself is, who do I want slaughtered more? The answer is both of them. Let's see, 24, 20, wow. I can't even take these 2 provinces from Siak. It's all rather expensive. Still, I can settle for Pasai on its own. We have the transports to make it possible. We'll make it holy war so that everything is free. And we shall eradicate all enemies. Hope I'm paying my units, that would be funny. That would be pretty funny. Alright, let's see if we can't do this. Let's get those heavies out here. Ah, of course there are forts, but that's okay. Thanks to the way that we took these provinces, we're able to walk onto all of their provinces, no harm, no fuss. Where can he even run to? He must be just going here. Accepting the end. Now, Siak, they actually have to chew their way through 2 fortifications if they want to come and get me, which is a bit of a laugh. Hold on, that blockade, it doesn't slow down settler chance or anything, does it? It doesn't. It probably should. But it doesn't, so joke's on them. Alright, you are eliminated. Once these fall, there'll be nothing to get in my way. Yeah, look at him going straight for the fort. Bit of an outdated fort, but not to him, so I don't get the malice there, which is lovely. Also means that I can throw my troops behind enemy lines here, using my boats. I got no problem using my transports to blockade there, since I rule the seas. Peace of Westphalia. Haha, religious peace. That won't bode well for Austria keeping hold of the emperorship. Jake, can you vassalize Ayutthaya now that they're so small? They could be fed quite a few cores. Good question. The answer is no, because they have more than 100 development in all these provinces. Let's see, 18, 29, and many. Oh, right, they've got all these as well. They're not as small as they might seem. However, if they didn't have all that, or subjects of their own, yeah, even then they wouldn't be so happy. Ah, well. So we'll get Malacca down, rip apart their fleet, and then we do counterattack on the Siak. Maybe, just maybe, after getting this done, we can move our trade node, or indeed our capital, right down to Malacca. In fact, I wouldn't want to use the trade node relocator, since that costs dip, and we don't have a lot of dip to spare, since we are trying to culturally enrich the Japanese. No point taking any undue attrition since we do not have a lot of manpower. Well, it would help if I used the... Wait, hold on. Those are galleys. These are my transports. It's alright, I just took my stupid pills for the day. That's what happens when I don't play Europa for a very short amount of time. All hope is lost if I were to stop playing this game for a few weeks. Come now, Malacca, it's time to go. It's a pretty beefy general. Not to mention we don't have that much of a technological advantage over these folks. It would be different if we had Tech 15, but we don't have Tech 15, so that is that. I also want to hold on to those admin points because we'll probably have a fair chunk to core here. Let's go and save Siak. River crossing between there and Paraguay and whatchamacallit. But we could march here and there and avoid the river crossing penalty. And that works just fine for me. That, however, does not need to wait for the month to pass because I am not a fan of taking attrition at sea. Nothing to fear from even my transports. There we go, that'll save us 1 on the dice rolls for every point here. Jake, is that a Portuguese colony on the Strait of Johor? You mean this one? No, no, that's Siak. And it was never a colony. So don't you worry. Alright, let's hope our pathetic armies can actually do something here. Wow, I should give them more credit than that. It's pretty good how we have that much morale, since they are the ones with defensive ideas. Giving them 15%. And they have better army tradition. Prestige and Shintoism carrying us, I guess. Well, get out of here, scum. Generally better to collect the benefits over time. Also, this fort is... Is it out of date? Yes, yes it is. And just leave behind some bare minimum to retake that. Otherwise, please go and kill everyone. Glorious. Extremely glorious. And sadly, I can't just march over there, but we should be able to have a firm enough defense like that, and then we just take the rest of the land. Easy peasy. What song is that, Jake? Name, please. This is The Sound of Summer. That's a good question. What is it from? Just says from Europa soundtrack, so I don't know if it's DLC or bass music. I up the music a fair bit, so do let me know if the music is too loud. I do take this stuff into consideration, you know. Jake, could you check on the Carib, since they are westernizing? Sure, just a sec. Well, that's all they got, but they're still alive, still animist. And they're doing not too bad. Okay, score 1 for, yeesh. Score 1 for colonizing. We also have to core it, sadly. And we are going to take the Cocos Islands. You could be forgiven for asking why we're taking the Cocoa Islands. Well, seems there was a Japanese-backed revolt there. And we're gonna take it the whole way. Oh, failed administration. Indeed a terrible loss for all of us. Jake, British ships in the Sunda Strait. Ugh, that is alarming. So is my manpower. That's okay though. We can kind of accept the fact that we are not going to be rich in manpower in this this campaign. A known fact. Okay, I don't actually want your land, but I'm going to take it anyway. Because that's how we roll. Because you're in that coalition against us, and that is only going to cause us some harm. It's also a slight problem that we don't have this province. I guess it wouldn't be too hard to take it from you, forcibly. What a shame it is to be you. Yeah, goodbye manpower. Granted, we didn't have a full set of it before this war, but still, it's good to remind ourselves of our, what's the word I'm looking for? Mortality. Should take another look at the map of allowed provinces. Yeah, Nam Ning is part of it, so that's okay. If you're taking cocos based on that, are you going to go for the Pacific Northwest since the Japanese did a few firebombings? No. It has to be boots on the ground. We're not like dogs peeing on something and calling it ours. We're going to need that manpower, man. I'm also going to want some more of those heavies here. Don't want my lights... or rather my transport's getting ravaged for no good reason. Oh, no, they will anyway. Cheers, big ears. And we wait for the turn of the month, that way we don't take the 1% at sea attrition. Also gives us a slight chance to heal up. Send a few cannons, help get those boats back out to sea where they belong. They hunger for being at sea. Jake, I want to know if it's possible the custom nation creator to create stronger naval ideas than Great Britain. Oh, the game is right there. Give it a go. Nothing quite like some out-of-place Christmas music. And an eradication of your fleet. Actually, they'll probably just retreat again to Gayo. Oh, but we're ready for that. Okay, that needs nothing more than some artillery. And that was the end of Pasai. They can't retreat further than one province, and away they go. We're also not paying for these out-of-date forts. Away they go. Oh, mind you, I'm paying for all of these. I should change that. There will be revolts here. It will cost me even more manpower. That's okay, though. We're ready. Jake, will you take Hawaii? Yeah, there were Japanese troops on Hawaii, were there not? Yeah, you're not needed there anymore. My, this is relaxing. Now there are British boats around here, but I don't see any British, thankfully. They do have the Cape, but I mean there are other provinces that they are probably going to be more interested in taking. What is this? Oh, it's mine. Ha! How convenient. Jake, the Japanese never landed on Hawaii. Oh, well. Fancy that. I figured they had. Guess I figured wrong. Goodbye, manpower. Colonize what now? Colonize Waiaha. What? How am I spelling this wrong again and again? W-A-I? Feels like a waste of a year, to be honest. But we'll take it. Speaking of taking things, I would like this to fall. Jake, the only Japanese presence on Hawaii was during the attack on Pearl Harbor. They raided Hawaii and Pearl Harbor, but they never landed or parachuted there. Okay, no boots on the ground. Then it's not ours. That's a shame, I really wanted that. Good heavens, their land is expensive. Okay, we'll just take the mealiest thing we can. And if that's you, then so be it. Taking all your money as well, though. I really want Pasai because it's the important centre of trade in the region. Glorious, they've already built a marketplace there, and a fort that we can happily upgrade. It says it'll cost me 78 dip. Will it really? Yes, it will. I guess the trick of using... Okay, at war with Pasai is stopping me from... coring that bad boy. I'm going to need some troops present there, though. And I want that fort upgraded, I think. Well, I want it paid for as well. Just to be accurate about it, Jake, you should still either loot Hawaii or at least send in some troops there and examine the natives. Now that I can get behind. Also, I'm not scared of a bit of disorder. I would really like this province to fall, though. It seems to be holding out extremely well. That's a spirit. Join me. Kinda scary how expensive you were, though. But it's all getting cored for the greater good. 10,000 cannons might seem a bit excessive, but we'll be fine. We're at 66 overextension. Oh my. If I take as much as I want, it's going to push me way over the limit. And the war has been going on for a few years, but we should be able to core these in time. We'll be fine. We'll let this war go on. It's not like war exhaustion is something that scares us. We are Siberian Clan Council. That allows us some tremendous benefits. So I want my galleys stuck here as not to confuse the situation. Also, we defend the fort because that's where rebels go to once they're done. All is well. I'll be taking one of these provinces next since they are very wealthy. Sadly, they're all fairly low on manpower. Actually, no, 3 on manpower is great. Boy, are we struggling for manpower. Thankfully, the natives are doing little to change that. And I have no interest in New Zealand. Unless we're talking about the Team Fortress 2 universe. Those are some great comics. No, Malacca, I think I will just sit on you for a while. And to be perfectly honest, what I'm looking for is, yeah, that. We'll probably need some troops over here to deal with the revolts that we're going to get, so I don't see a big problem if I... Yeah, that should do. Do I get the Chow? NG Chow? Yes, you can be mine. Jake, overview of religion in your empire, please. It's looking pretty good. Managed to convert all the Hindus down here, and of course Japan is all Shinto. Also, and there won't be any Catholic events, so that's rather nice. Converting the Confucians is easy since they are heretic to us, and we have that glorious heretical bonus. What is a bit of a shame is that our autonomy does not reduce whilst we're at war. The cultural enrichment process goes on swimmingly. I really want to focus on the high development provinces. I really want a development map mode to make this easier. Most of what's left is pretty cheap. I guess Mino will have to be next. Kyoto setting a fine example by being Ainu culture. And yes, Gayo shall be ours. I want these pesky little states out of my way so that I can finally realize my destiny in the Malaccan trade node. There is money to be made there like nowhere else. Why are there Shinto provinces in Manchu? Good question, Dodongo 1. I force converted one of these guys to Shintoism